Thursday. Let me tell you, because I'm so excited. In today's Instagram Live, our special guest is Sophie. Yeah, so if you are a student at Approach, you probably know Sophie, right? Sophie works at Approach. She's a student ambassador, a student at Approach, and she learned English at Approach. And now Sophie is transitioning to a college. And the reason why I invited Sophie here today is so she can share a little bit of her story, because Sophie got a very, very generous scholarship, and we want to motivate you guys because scholarships are possible for international students. All right? So let me see if Sophie's here so we can start our conversation. Keep in mind that you can send this Instagram Live to your friends. Come on, guys, go send this Instagram Live because it's going to be very interesting. Sophie's very excited to be talking to us today. Let me see if she's here. Oh, she's the first one. Let me send the request.
Hello.
Hi, Sophie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Lu?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be talking to you today.
I'm so excited about staying here with you guys.
So I was just sharing a little bit about you before you joined us, Sophie. I don't know if you heard. But I just want to say that we're so proud of you and the incredible progress that you made. Sophie learned English really fast. And now she's gonna be studying. She will be transferring to Anna Maria College in the fall. How exciting.
It is.
So, Sophie, before we start talking about scholarships with everyone, and if you're wondering what scholarships are, it's pretty much free money that a college or university gives you as a merit for something specifically. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Before we talk about that, Sophie, I think it would be very nice to share a little bit about your journey as an English language learner, because you learned English really fast and you went from a very low level to a higher level at Approach, right?
I was at A2, A1 level.
Yeah, so that's one of the beginner levels for those of you if you're watching us from a different country. So tell us a little bit about how was your journey to learn English?
Yes. So I got an Approach when I finished my high school in Brazil. Mm-hmm. So I didn't go to college yet, and I went at Approach at A1 to A2 level. It was a very beginning level. Mm-hmm. And after this long journey, it's not easy, but after I tried very much to learn English, I got on a very higher level, and I could apply for a college. Mm-hmm. And I chose Anna Maria because it's a small college, and I really like all the people there, and they're very receptive. I have a friend that is studying there. So there are many factors that made me choose Anna Maria. Mm-hmm. And after that, I decided to apply. I got accepted, and I got a huge, huge scholarship, which is very good for us that are from Brazil or from any country from all over the world, because it's very hard for us to pay with the exchange a very expensive college, and everybody knows that American colleges are very expensive.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you said so many things that I have so many questions already.
Yes.
Sophie, you mentioned about choosing the right college, right? And you said that you chose Anna Maria because it's a smaller college, right? Yes. Before I ask you the question, I just wanted to mention, for those of you who are watching us and thinking about a college, it's important, very important, that you think about the atmosphere that you will be spending the next 4 years of your life, right? So as Sophie mentioned, she chose Anna Maria College because it's a smaller college, and usually smaller colleges, professors get to know you by your name, you have a closer relationship with friends, with staff. I personally like smaller colleges too. but there are some people who like bigger colleges, right? That have more students, and it's almost like a little city itself, you know? So it's important that Sophie mentioned that she identified that, okay, where do I want to spend the next 4 years? Smaller college. So let's see which smaller colleges there are here that I can work with. So something for you guys to think about and keep in mind.
Yes.
And before we get to the scholarship portion, Sophie, I just wanted to go back a little bit into your English language journey. If you could give a tip to anyone that is watching us and trying to learn English, what are some things that you think that can really help to improve your English faster?
So I have two things that helped me a lot to learn English. One of them is watch movies and TV shows only in English.
Mm-hmm.
You can use subtitles or not, but keep listening everything in English. That's one of the things that helped me the most.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the second one is study. Study and study and study at home. You know, get your grammar book, grab your listening book, and study. That's something that helped me the most, was studying all the time and trying to get something from internet, YouTube, always learning the grammar. So
Yeah.
yes, it's what is gonna help you to get there. Study always.
You gotta breathe in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And you also had a goal, right, Sophie? You were already thinking about going to attending an American college or university. So a lot of time that motivates students, right?
Yes. So after 5 months I was at Approach, I saw a lot of the students transferring to college. And then I was thinking, oh, I could do that too. Maybe I learn English faster. I'm going to go talk to Lou about my options. And then the first thing that I thought, it was about learning English first. The first step was learning English. And then I decided, and then I went to talk to Lou about what my options are. And we discussed about college, and here I am transferring in September.
Yeah. So just a little bit of information for if you're watching us and you're not our student yet. Something that is very cool here at Approach is that you can schedule an one-on-one advising session with me. So I will guide you throughout this process. And also, Approach has about 15 different partnerships with American colleges and universities in the area, in the New England area. So Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and New England. So you can choose to go to those colleges, and after you complete the ESL program, as Sophie is mentioning, you can transfer to any of our partners without the TOEFL requirement. So that's pretty cool.
Yes, that's something that was, I guess, the best thing that I ever did in my life, because as I didn't have that much time to learn English, also most of colleges at US say you need to take the SAT, which is kind of the same test that everybody has in their home country. But we all know that we have a very hard preparation for all of these tests. And I was about graduating high school when then starting learning English. So I said, okay, so what my options are for me that is not going to take the SAT, which college can I transfer without taking any of these tests? And also something that I taught is which college can I transfer and it's going to give me a very good scholarship. Because not all colleges at the USA give scholarships. So that's something that we need to think about as well.
Yes. And that's going to be our next topic. Before I do, I saw a few comments here I see that Daniel is watching us. Daniel works with us at the office, right? So hi, Daniel. And there's something in Turkish that I can't really quite read. But Mariana is a student at Approach, and she's asking, what course are you going to take at Anna Maria College? What program?
So my major is gonna be marketing.
Marketing, cool. So Sophie, you will be doing a bachelor's degree in marketing.
Degree in marketing, yes.
Right. So this is a 4-year program, just so you guys know.
I'm gonna graduate in 2024.
Very exciting. Very exciting. All right, Sophie. So let's start talking a little bit more about the scholarships. And Juliana is saying, "Congratulations, Sophie."
Thank you, Juliana.
Okay, so just so you guys understand, let me give you a little bit of information. So scholarships pretty much is free money that usually a college or university will give it to you as a student towards your tuition. So that means instead of, let's say that your tuition per year is, I don't know, $50,000. They could give you a scholarship of different ranges, right? For Sophie, what was the percentage of scholarship that you got from Anna Maria College?
Over 70%.
Wow. So that's very, very exciting. And it's so nice because colleges such as Anna Maria, they are doing such an amazing job with international students, helping international students with scholarships. So Sophie got over 70% of her full tuition, right? So amazing. And Sophie, how did you hear, when did you learn that you had gotten that scholarship? Did you know since the beginning? How was this process? How did they offer you a scholarship?
After I decided which college I wanted to go, I applied in a website which calls Common App. And we sent all of our application to many colleges at the same time through this website. And then they took a look at my application and sent me an email with an acceptance letter. After they revised all my application, my personal statement, which is an essay that I talked about myself, about my story, my interests, and after that they sent me an email with an acceptance letter saying congratulations on your acceptance, and they said, oh, also we want to offer you a scholarship, merit scholarship, during those 4 years of bachelor degree. That's a very good thing. It's not for only 1 year, not for the first year, 4 years.
You can renew each year.
Yes, I can renew each year. And that's it.
How did you feel when you received the acceptance letter saying that you got a scholarship?
I was actually, I thought it wasn't for me. When I saw that, to be honest, that's not for me. I guess they sent to the wrong person. Maybe they sent by accident. Maybe they think that I'm somebody who is not. And I was like, no, that's not for me. And then I sent to my mom, and then I called Lou. I told her, Lou, can you please read that and let me know if that's true? Because I can't believe. And yeah, it's amazing, guys, the feeling of job done when you... Sorry, I lost connection. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can.
So it's very good, the feeling of when you complete a thing that you were like dreaming a lot. So since the beginning, I wanted very much to transfer to an American college. I saw a lot of opportunities there, and I was wishing that very much. And when I got there, I felt like my life turned into another thing. The feeling is very good, guys. So I just want to say that if you want something, always believe and do the maximum of yourself that you're gonna get there.
Yeah, and that's such a great advice, Sophie, because, you know, applying to American colleges and universities and looking for a scholarship, the process of looking for colleges that offer the scholarships can be very challenging, you know.
Yeah.
So I think what's very important, as Sophie mentioned, is that you persist and do your best to make Google your best friend, you know. You can type, even if you're interested in if you're interested in Anna Maria College, for example, that's the college. Go on Google and type Anna Maria College scholarships for international students, or Merrimack College scholarships for international students. And then on Google, usually you see one of the first pages, they would have some sort of information. And then if the college itself doesn't have anything like very clear in their website, Anna Maria College does. But if the college doesn't have it, you are always welcome to call their financial office and try to understand what other opportunities are there. And now we're talking to Sophie. Sophie is applying for a program at the undergraduate level, which is a bachelor's degree. If you are watching us and you are applying for a master's degree, the process might be a little bit different. And so something for you to keep in mind, for instance, if you're applying for a master's degree, remember that there are graduate assistantships and graduate fellowships available. And these are work study opportunities for students to, sometimes you're teaching with another professor, co-teaching with another professor. Sometimes you're developing research, and that's when usually the scholarships are for students at a graduate level, at a master's degree. Just so you guys know a little bit.
Yes, one of the reasons of I have chosen Anna Maria College was because of the higher number of international students, which is very nice too, because we kind of have the same feeling. We went through the same things.
Yeah, absolutely. And something also that is amazing for American colleges and universities is that, now think about this. Sophie will be going to Anna Maria College and she will be sitting in a classroom with several American students. Maybe a lot of these students have never traveled to a different country. They don't know anything about Brazil's culture, for example. And now Sophie will have the opportunity to share her perspective inside of the classroom with those students who haven't had a chance to, you know, travel abroad. And before we go and I ask you the last question, Sophie, I do wanted to mention that next week I will be hosting the Instagram Live with Aize Sampaio, who used to be a student ambassador at Approach, and now she's pursuing her Master of Civil Engineering at Merrimack College. So if you have any friends that are thinking about pursuing a master's degree in civil engineering, make sure they connect next week, because Aize will be sharing about her experience. She's been in college for, I think, about a year, I would say. So you will be able to chat with her as well. And Sophie, before we end, if if there is someone that is really dreaming about attending an American college or university, maybe doesn't have the money and is looking for a scholarship or some motivation to, go look for the information, what would you tell? Is there any words of encouragement that you would give them?
Yeah, so first, don't give up, guys. Everybody can get a really huge scholarship. Also, I would say talk to Lu. She's going to guide you through all this process. She's going to show all colleges available for international students with higher scholarships. Also, I would say study a lot for English to get better faster and you achieve your goals.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Sophie. That's so inspiring.
Thank you for inviting me.
I hope you guys feel a little bit inspired too to take the next step as Sophie's doing. Sophie, we're so happy, excited, and proud of you, and we can't wait to see your next steps at Anna Maria College.
Also, if everybody has any questions about college, you can always call me as well. I have my Instagram there. Lu has my phone number. You can give to everybody that wants to ask questions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sophie. That's so nice of you. Well, I hope you all have an amazing Thursday and weekend. Sophie, thanks again for being here with us today. And I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye,
Thank
Sophie.
you. Bye-bye, everybody.